flanked by the Ohio River and the city's abundance of hills. We're at Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. On the visiting sideline, a look at the head coach of the Jaguars. His guys enjoyed a win at home to begin the season, now facing their first road test here. Across the field, the head coach of the Bengals. His side not as fortunate in their opener, hoping the home crowd can will them to the victory here in Week 2. Kate Scott alongside my partner Brock Heward. Cairo Santos to get this one started. And this is going to be a rainy one here from Paycor. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And at the helm won his second Comeback Player of the Year award last year with a career-best season. Now in year 6 here in the NFL, it's Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
And he manages to find a little traction on that soap spiel as he fights forward for a couple. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down carry for Achane. And the stop made awfully close to the marker and in midfield. It's going to be 3rd and short now from the 49.
That's a gain of 6.
Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. That's on target to Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's good for a Jaguars. First down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Jaguars.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Achane again. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. 3rd and short, it's Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
All the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroyed that play, they destroyed drives. Well done, defense.
And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And that gets out of bounds down inside the 20. Looks to be at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. Leading them out, our 2023 Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now in his 3rd season out of Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud. First down throw by Stroud.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because he had a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple of interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Bengals have a first down.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Etienne again. He brushed him off with ease. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
That's another Bengals.
They go right back to ETN. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Finds the in route complete. And this one doesn't go far. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down. Defenses are fine with surrendering that completion if it means making the stop short like they did and bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, I like when these defensive coordinators say they want to populate the ball. And that was a perfect example of it. Don't let the playmaker get started.
So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter to Achane. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Burrow out of the shotgun. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Give him 13 on that play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's another Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's Achane from the pistol. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Burrow to the air now. Here's a screen for Achane. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
15 yards.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
1st carry here for Jordan James. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap with 2nd and 13. Now Burrow finds his back. Achane. He dodged the tackle. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still brought not enough to avoid 3rd down.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. He's at midfield. The 30. Gets the 10. And what a way to begin the scoring. Brock as they take it back for the touchdown. The Bengals capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it. He wanted it.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Devon Achane to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. This is tough running this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Burrow back to throw. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Starts the return at the 34. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bengals all set to go for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. He'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Steps up and he's running with it. And he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his part there, but it does leave them now with a 3rd down.
6 brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run here. ETN. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Mitch Wisnowski headed back out as they'll punt it away once more. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And that is how you pin a team deep. That hits and careens out of bounds at the 3. The Jaguars send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And this is a tough one. Met back at his own 2-yard line for the loss. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety.
Okay, you could just feel it, right? Right off the snap, you just got that sense at the line of scrimmage. When those big guys defensively win it right off the jump, right at the line of scrimmage down here at the goal line, well, they've got a chance to put 2 points on their ledger. That's well done by those big boys defensively.
So after the safety, we're going to see a free kick from the 20-yard line. Begins his return at the 16. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. And he can't escape. Jaguars all over him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Stroud off of play action. Connection made. Travis Etienne breaks through and breaks away. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Here's Etienne on 1st down. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
Stroud completes it quick. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
A loss of 1. It's now third and...
Throwing on third down, Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
On play action, here's Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Nice drive here. It's up to 8 plays as they get set for 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals push their lead to 15. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bengals take a 16-point lead.
Bengals 16.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Achane. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. 1st and 10 from the 32. It's Achane on the inside give. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Burrow from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Third down and 7.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. He finds a Dunze downfield. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down. New set of downs from the 37. Burrow now on 1st down. That's to Dunze again. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
19 more yards.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 now. It's Burrow. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. He brings it in. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action. Off the play fake, Burrow. And this is going to be a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars chop some of the lead off before the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
And it's good, but the choice to kick there means this still is a 2-possession game in the second half.
16. Jaguars 7. Harrison Butker.
We've got ourselves a 9-point game now as they'll kick this off. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bengal offense getting the football late in the first half. And it looks likely they'll carry a 2-score advantage into that locker room. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Stride to throw on first down. Now look underneath here for ETN. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and
one final shot before the half. Short pass brought in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So entering the locker room, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. Samuel now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL. But it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Almost a very quick drive, but the drop kick gives him new life. This is second down. From the gun, Stroud has him on the quick hitter. And some excellent work to drive him all the way up past the 30-yard line. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Inside handoff goes to ETN. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Send it out wide to Samuel. And he's brought down at the line. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Stroud. He's got Gesicki complete. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, ETN gets it. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense to the line, second down. To the air, Stroud. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Completed left side to Samuel. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. And send him over right. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball still on that 34-yard line. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. 3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out. 3rd and long for him here. This is man caught by Odunze. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Jaguars have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Zone read, they hand it to Achane. Oh, he's denied the first, but not by much. This play gets down to the 42-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Burrow's going to sneak it. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2. That's good.
So first down from the 41.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Running with Achane here out of the gun. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Jaguars.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. Looking the sideline, that's Odunze. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
They give to Achane on the option. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Trouble brewing, and the Bengals bring him down. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Ben, even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. The Jaguars start the second half with some needed points. Joe Burrow with the touchdown.
Hey, Kate, that play, I don't think it started out as a touchdown run. I think he was thinking first down, but all of a sudden, well, a little bit of space opened up, those afterburners kicked in, and he made himself and his team a phenomenal play.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to just 2.
16. Jaguars 14.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
Going on 3rd down, Stroud. Set up the screen to Chase. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards.
a 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
First and 10.
Out now runs the Jaguars
At
offense.
the 43-yard line.
They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Achane running right. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now stick with Achane. Again, he's taken down right at the line. Same guy, same call, same result. And now it's third down.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's third down.
They'll throw, third and long. Flushed out now to his left. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a fourth down.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Out of the gun to give to Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got second and 3 now. 7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Etienne gets it on the draw. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of third down.
Dallas Turner on the tackle.
Shotgun now, first round. He's going for it himself. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
15 yards. That's good for a Bengals first down.
Here's a design run. And nothing was going to help him escape that. He gets hit for a loss. Second down coming up.
Devondre Sweat on the stop. He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's going deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Third down and 16.
Here's Stroud. He's loaded another one up. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. On now comes their punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's second and 6. They run the counter to Achane. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Staying on the ground here with Achane. He's got him 6 yards on that carry. It's second down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Here's first and 10 from the 47.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down,
Running with James. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down.
Here's Achane up the middle. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain.
He's brought down at the 30.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. Good reaction to the RPO. They're going to get to him behind the line.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. They get 27 on the play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Jaguars needing a couple. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. It's Chan on the inside give. Bounce outside. He is a little bit there. About 3 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line.
Chan again. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Jaguars have taken the lead late. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout.
At the 34-yard line.
Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Here he is to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Need to keep this drive going. Here's 4th and inches.
Now 4th down.
They're going to try with Etienne. And they are sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs.
Turner on the tackle. Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Same quarterback run here. Back into that favorite formation they go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn the timeout. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0.